What live?
I'm trying right now. You see, it says verifying live. This is where it keeps getting stuck. Oh, now, okay. I guess now it started. I've switched to D-Link.
Hello, UDC basketball fans. Eli Pearlstein with you. Apologies for getting on there a bit late. We had some technical difficulties, but glad to be finally with you now as we are in a very close ball game. UDC trailing LIU Post 42-40, 3:23 remaining in the first half of play. Again, apologies for not getting on there sooner. Some technical difficulties here at the UDC Sports Complex, but glad to be finally with you. And before that slam, we got a traveling violation called on LIU Post, and we've reached the under 4 media timeout, so a chance to set the scene for you with UDC trailing by 2, 42-40. As you take a look at the stats from this first half of play, Firebirds shooting 54.2% from the field. They are shooting 50% from 3 and 6 of 8 from the free throw line. LIU Post shooting a whopping 60% from the field. They're 15 of 25. They are 7 of 11 from downtown. That's 63.6%. And they are 5 of 9 from the free throw line, 55.6%. So some impressive shooting numbers for both teams. LIU Post has turned the ball over 3 more times than have the Firebirds. Rebounding edge goes to LIU Post 16-9 thus far. Blocks favoring LIU Post 1-0. Steals favoring the Firebirds 3-0. Bench scoring favoring LIU Post 12-7. Leading scorers in this game, Kassim Chandler already has 12 for UDC. Greg Dotson has 15, and Jamal Mosley has 12 for LIU Post. We got 2:44 remaining here in the first half of play. It's Kassim Chandler with the basketball for the Firebirds. Dishes left to Joseph Nickerson. He jab steps, pump fakes, dribbles right, fires into the corner for Anthony Matthews. He'll work it to Chandler. Chandler guarded very tightly by Jamal Mosley, and he has the ball poked away from him out of bounds. It will stay Firebirds basketball. So it'll be Kassim Chandler to inbound from the front court baseline. Firebirds entered tonight's game 6-6 on the season. They're 3-1 in conference play. This is a conference matchup between two teams that have battled twice a year over the last 5 years since the Firebirds entered the ECC. Firebirds in total 4-6 against LIU Post since entering the conference. 2 minutes exactly remaining. LIU Post lead has been extended to 6 points. Chandler will hand off to Nickerson. He'll start to make his way into the lane. Puts up a floater that rims out. Rebound hauled down by Kyle McLegan for LIU Post. A lot of freshmen on this LIU Post team. 10 of them, to be exact, to go along with 3 seniors and 3 juniors. LIU Post, a team that went 18-12 a year ago. They come into this game 4-9 this season. And the Pioneers will turn it over yet again. That is their 8th turnover of the game compared to just 4 for UDC. Khalil Jackson will check into the game for the Firebirds, replacing Kyle Williams. The minute 29 remaining here in the first half. Both these teams 3-1 in conference play. LIU Post has just one win on the road this season. Firebirds 5-2 here at home. Firebirds coming off a 91-81 loss just a couple nights ago against Wilmington. Three-pointer from Nickerson is good, and the Firebirds trail by just 3. It's 46-43, 1:11 remaining in this first half. Mosley drives, fires it wide for McLegan. His three-pointer, good. He answers right back. So the lead back to 6 with under a minute remaining in the half. Nickerson tries a nifty behind-the-back pass. Didn't quite get it far enough into the corner for Matthews, and it's the Firebirds' 5th turnover of the game. No one in the backcourt defending for UDC with 48.8 seconds left in the half. LIU Post coming off of a 86-78 defeat at the hands of Northeast 10 conference opponent Franklin Pierce. That game took place on New Year's Eve. Matinee game that day. So both these teams coming off losses, but both these teams looking to extend impressive marks in conference play. Right now there's a 4-team tie for second place in the East Coast Conference. 4 teams at 3-1. Behind first place St. Thomas Aquinas, who the Firebirds already took care of this season, handing them their only conference loss of the year. It's Trayvon Butler, Joseph Nickerson, Kasim Chandler. Pardon me, not Joseph Nickerson. He'll walk off the court. Anthony Matthews, Jakeem Folks, and Khalil Jackson on the floor for UDC. Mosley works against Chandler. Bounce pass right into the hands of McLegan. Now back to Mosley. He tries a lob underneath, intended for Kyle Duquette. Was deflected out of bounds. And we get a foul called that will send Duquette to the line. He's a freshman from Lynn, Massachusetts. Stands 6'8", weighs in at 218 pounds. Again, one of 10 freshmen on this LIU Post team. Trying to extend the current 6-point advantage for the Pioneers. On the season, Duquette, 6 of 12 from the free throw line, gets a friendly roll off the front of the iron on this first attempt. He's averaging 12 minutes a game, 2.7 points per contest, 2.8 rebounds per game. He gets them both, and the lead is 8 for the Pioneers. With 32.5 seconds remaining in this first half. Matthews inbounds to Chandler. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Kasim will be comfortable letting the time wind down. Shot clock down to 12. Chandler dribbles left. Still hasn't made any move towards the basket. Now 6 seconds remaining. And before the shot, we get a foul on the floor. Reach-in foul called on Jamal Mosley. Trying to poke the ball away from behind. So Kasim Chandler, who coming into this game ranked 12th in Division II in both free throws made and attempted this season, will get another trip to the line. He's perfect 2 of 2 from the line tonight. He's tied with Joseph Nickerson for a team leading 12 points. First attempt rims out. Cameron Outlaw checks into the game for UDC, replacing Reggie Sidbury. Second free throw is in. So 1 of 2 from the line for Chandler. And it's 51-44, a 7-point game with 4.3 seconds left. Enough time for LIU Post to get it down court if they want. Just past that court circle, the heave is short. And at the break, UDC trailing by 7, 51-44. Again, 2 3-1 conference teams battling here in this ECC showdown. Again, folks, apologize for the technical difficulties earlier that gave us a late start. Happy you're with us now. I'll stop away from the mic for a few minutes. Come back, take you through the first half statistics. You're watching UDC Firebirds men's basketball here on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network. Eli Pearlstein back with you from atop the UDC Sports Complex here at the break. The UDC men's basketball team trails by 7, 51-44 to LIU Post in a battle of second-place teams in the East Coast Conference. Let's take a look at the stats from the first half of play. We'll begin with your UDC Firebirds, who are led in scoring by Kassim Chandler, who has 13 points on 407 shooting from the field. He is 2 of 3 from three-point range, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, has 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and played 19 minutes in the first half. Right behind him with 12 points in the half was Joseph Nickerson. Nickerson, after missing the Firebirds game against Wilmington, is 4 of 7 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, has 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, played 13 minutes. 12 points, 13 minutes, not half bad. Trayvon Butler had 9 points in the half for the Firebirds. He was 3 of 5 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, had 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 turnover, played 17 minutes. Anthony Matthews ended the half with 4 points for the Firebirds. He was 1 of 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, played 12 minutes. Reggie Sidbury had 3 points in the half for UDC. He was 1 of 3 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. He did commit 2 personal fouls in 10 minutes. Ending the half with 2 points was Jayon Troutman, 1 of 2 from the field, had 2 rebounds, 1 turnover in 8 minutes. And rounding out the scoring for the Firebirds was Jakeem Folks. He was 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 1 point in 4 minutes. As a team, the Firebirds shot 50% from the field, 14 of 28. They were 50% from 3, 9 of 18. They were 7 of 10 from the free throw line. That would be 70%. By the way, our officials this evening are Paul Glovinen, Michael Ford, and Danny O'Brien. Now the stats for the visiting LIU Post Pioneers. They are led in scoring by Greg Dotson. He had 15 points on a perfect 5 of 5 shooting from the field, shooting 4 of 4 from downtown. He was 1 of 2 from the free throw line, had 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, played all 20 minutes of that first half. Second on the team in scoring with 14 points in the half was Jamal Mosley. Mosley 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 block, played 16 minutes. Kyle McGlegan ended the half with 9 points on 3 of 3 shooting from the field. He was 2 of 2 from downtown, had 1 rebound, 1 turnover, played 9 minutes. Ari Bibbins put in 6 points in the half. He was 3 of 3 from the field, had 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 turnover, played 14 minutes. Jared Hall pitched in 3 points in the half. He was 1 of 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from downtown, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, had 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, played 15 minutes. And both Kyle Duquette and Hunter Powell had 2 points apiece. Duquette 0 for 1 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, had 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Powell 1 for 2 from the field, had 1 rebound, 1 turnover, played 7 minutes. LIU Post controlled the boards 19-9. Firebirds, however, forced LIU Post to commit 3 more turnovers, 8-5 in that category. LIU Post out-assisted UDC 12-9. 1 block for LIU Post, none for the Firebirds. 3 steals, though, for UDC, none for the Pioneers. So those are your stats from the first half of play. Again, the winner of this game goes to 4-1 in conference play and remains at least tied for second place in the conference, while the loser falls to 3-2. Firebirds have got a number of road games coming up, so they certainly want to take advantage of the home cooking that they've really enjoyed for the past month. They want to continue to take advantage of it. They have played their last 4 games in a row at home. Firebirds are 3-1 over that span. And overall, they have played 7 of their last 8 games at home. They have a 5-2 record at home. So they'd love to go 6-2 over the 8 games. They have a trip to NYIT this Saturday before returning home to take on Malloy next Wednesday night. We will be back on UDC TV next Wednesday night. Hope you tune in for that one. With Malloy in town and then just 3 in a row on the road for UDC. So they have certainly got to take advantage of this home cooking. Firebirds will start off the second half with Joseph Nickerson, Trayvon Butler, Reggie Sidbury, Kasim Chandler, and Khalil Jackson on the floor. LIU Post wearing the green jerseys, going left to right across your screen. They start off with possession. It's Jared Hall working against Chandler. Swings it to an open Richard Oltenrod. Now Hall drives, dishes it again to Oltenrod. Had the ball stripped. So another Firebird steal. That's the 4th of the night. Here comes Chandler. Dishing off, or attempting to dish off to Jackson underneath. He wrestles the ball away, but can't hit the from the left side. Chandler soars in for the offense rebound. Now Chandler left open for 3, and he knocks it through. Kasim Chandler makes it 51-47. Firebirds trail by 4. 19-13 to go here in the second half of play. Hard screen set at half court, no whistle. And that was Kyle Duquette unable to haul in the pass underneath. Back the other way, blocking foul called on Duquette. So we have our first foul of the half. Stops the clock with exactly 19 minutes remaining. As Anthony Matthews awaits to check into the game for UDC, will be Joseph Nickerson headed to the line for UDC. Nickerson heading into this game, ranked 4th in the ECC in points per game. He's averaging 19.2 per contest. He leads the league in steals, averaging 3 a game. He also ranks 5th nationally in steals per game and 7th nationally in total steals. So now a 1-point game, 51-50, 18:52 left. Deep 2 from Hall, won't go. And Nickerson secures the board. Firebirds 3-on-3. Now the rest of the pack catches up. Butler drives. Rim block, or pardon me, backboard block by the bottom of the blackboard. Firebirds get the strip. Now Butler ahead to Nickerson. He thinks about the 3. Never put it on the floor, but decides to pass it up nonetheless. Chance of defense from the LIU post bench. Butler open for 3, mix up on D, but Butler can't make him pay. Timeout called by LIU Post. Stops the clock with 18:03 left. Head coach Eric Smiles not happy with the way his team has started out this half. Eric Smiles, graduate of Bridgeport back in 2001. He's in his 13th year as a collegiate head coach. His 4th at LIU Post, where he has amassed a record of 56-46. He spent the previous 9 years at Farmingdale State, where he went 182-72. Yeah, and this LIU Post team a year ago went 18-12. They were 7-6 away from home last year. Finished 12-8 in the ECC to finish in 4th place. They lost to St. Thomas Aquinas 85-58 here in DC, the semifinals of the ECC tournament a year ago. Their overall record this year not that impressive at 4-9. But conference mark, they are still one of the stronger ones in the ECC. They sit at 3-1. Got a 4-way tie at 3-1 entering the night. A bunch of other East Coast Conference games going on this evening. I'll get to those in a bit. 3-pointer. Short. And Firebirds now with numbers. 3-on-1. Nickerson, no look pass to Chandler, who just does beat the defense with that underhand layup. So Firebirds with their first lead of the half. It's 52-51. Coming off the screen. Mid-range jumper won't fall. That was Ari Bibbins, who could not convert. Now Nickerson for 3 from the Firebirds. Too strong, and we have a loose ball foul underneath the basket. Will go against LIU post. I believe that was called on Richard Altenrod, the freshman from Dix Hills, New York. And this is a very young LIU post teams compared to some of the teams that Eric Smiles has had in the past. 10 freshmen. You never see that number in terms of freshmen on a team. Good news for Eric Smiles. They do have a lot of depth on this team. Inbounds pass gets into the hands of Sidbury. He works it around the perimeter. Nickerson hands off to Chandler. Takes it to the top of the arc. Now Butler drives back to Chandler. Pump fakes. He'll take it right in the lane. Gets bumped in the air and still is able to score. 54-51. So Firebirds with their largest lead of the half of 3. LIU post still yet to score here in the second half. It's been over 3 minutes. Firebirds commit their first foul of the period. Is on the floor. So it'll be LIU post basketball from the far sideline. 16:52 remaining here in the second half. Dotson dishes off to Hall. Dotson was the leading scorer in the first half for LIU post. He hasn't put up a shot yet here in the second half. That's an air ball. So Firebirds defense much, much better. Chandler backs it out. Now we'll set up the offense for the Firebirds. He dishes off to Jackson. Jackson, the deep 2. Gets it to fall. Khalil Jackson makes it 56-51. 16:20 to go here in the first half. Or pardon me, second half of play. Those technical difficulties early on. Confusing me a bit about which half it is. And another steal for UDC. Steals really starting to pile up for the Firebirds. They're harassing this young LIU post team on the defensive end. That was the 7th steal for UDC. LIU post has none. Makes up for the big rebounding difference, which has started to level out just a bit. 7 more rebounds for LIU post than UDC. Chandler. Bounce pass to his left for Jackson, who drives. From the paint, misses everything. Butler keeps it inbound. Now Sidbury for 3. There's only 7 on the shot clock. That shot won't fall, however. Still a 5-point game, 15:33 left. Carrying violation called on Bibbins. It'll be UDC basketball, but first we have the under-16 media timeout with UDC leading by 5, 56-51. Folks, UDC would like to thank our corporate partner, the Days Inn Connecticut Avenue. The Days Inn is a proud sponsor and next-door neighbor of UDC Athletics, located at 4400 Connecticut Avenue Northwest. Also, folks, be sure to follow UDC Athletics on Facebook, on Twitter at UDC Firebird Fans, and on YouTube at UDC Athletics 1. Well, Firebirds, again, enjoying this 5-point lead, their largest here of the second half. Firebirds trailed 51-44 at the break. Last time the Firebirds led prior to the second half was when they were up 37-35. That was at the 5:29 mark of the first half. I believe, and yes indeed, this 5-point cushion is the largest lead of the game for UDC. They never led by more than 4 in the first half. Here's Chandler. Dishing left to Nickerson. Now Jackson on top of the arc. Swings it off to Sidbury. Chandler guarded tightly. Trying to create some room. Drives baseline and is called for the offensive foul. Firebirds' second foul of the half. Each team now with 2. From that first half, really just one player in serious foul trouble for LIU Post. That would be Jamal Mosley, who has 3. For UDC, Sidbury has 3. Dotson tried to drive, and a reach-in foul was called. A little surprising we haven't seen Dotson shoot the ball yet here in the second half. 15 points in the first half. Most for LIU Post. Joseph Nickerson will take a breather for UDC. Anthony Matthews is in for him. Definitely nice for UDC having Nickerson back after he missed Firebirds' previous game against Wilmington. Mosley hits the jumper. It's a deep 2. That makes it 56-53. Mosley now with 16 takes over the team lead in scoring. Matthews gives it off to Butler. He'll hand off to Chandler. Chandler working the weave. Gives it off to Matthews. 10 on the shot clock. Matthews finds Chandler. He'll drive left to the lane. This is underneath to Jackson, who finishes with 2 hands. 58-53, back to a 5-point game. Hall too strong on both attempts. And then we got a foul committed on the Pioneers. Or I should say by the Pioneers. So the clock stops with 13:46 remaining. It will be Matthews to inbound from the backcourt baseline. Gets it into Chandler, gives it right back to Matthews. Interesting having Matthews and Chandler on the court at the same time. Both of them have played the point position for UDC this year. Chandler the starter as Sidbury hits a fadeaway from the baseline. A couple games ago, Sidbury dominant within the arc, struggling from outside. Tonight, Sidbury 1 for 4 from 3-point range, 1 for 1 from inside the arc. He has 5 points. Third team foul on UDC will give LIU the ball from the front court baseline. Jalen Troutman into the game for the first time this half, replacing Khalil Jackson. Jalen Troutman missed the last couple of games for the Firebirds. Nice to see him back in the lineup as well. Mosley kicks it to the elbow. Now Hall. Dribbles right, swings left. Down low, Duquette hands off. And again, Hall can't finish on the drive. That's 3 bunnies that Hall has missed over the last minute. Jared Hall, a first-team All-ECC selection a year ago. Came into this game averaging 10.3 points per game. Chandler pump fakes, then kicks wide. Matthews for 3. That misses everything. Remains UDC up by 7, 12:33 left. Hall this time able to hit the layup. Fourth time's the charm for him. The South Orange, New Jersey native. Jared Hall now with 7 points. And the Firebirds answer. Matthews lobs it down low. Troutman the reverse layup. Makes it 62-55. Troutman now with 4. We have a whistle away from the basketball. Goes against the Pioneers. And Coach Eric Smiles not too happy with that call on LIU post. So it'll be Firebirds basketball with 12:02 remaining in the game. Next dead ball most likely will be the under 12 immediate timeout. Hall checks out of the game for LIU post. Matthews walks it into the front court. Hands off to Chandler. Troutman sets a screen. Chandler drives. Finds Matthews wide. He'll take it into the paint. Now Chandler for 3. And that's his second 3 of the game. Pardon me. Second of the half. Fourth of the game. He's got 23 to lead all scorers. We've reached the under 12 media timeout. Firebirds. They're having themselves a very strong second half. They're up 10, 65-55. They've held LIU post to just 4 points in the first 8+ minutes of this second half. You're watching UDC Firebirds basketball here on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network. Eli Pearlstein back with you as the clock ticks down to 11:30 remaining in this second half. Firebirds up by 10. Sidbury swings it right to Chandler. He pump fakes. Chandler hasn't shot all that many three-pointers this season, but he's been feeling it from beyond the arc tonight. Mostly a driving kick point guard. Firebirds turn it over for the 7th time this evening. And taking it coast to coast, Jamal Mosley able to muscle his way in for the score. 65-57, 8-point game. 10:50 remaining. Chandler, bounce pass right to Troutman. Now Sidbury. Jab steps, fires from 3, and connects! Firebirds as a team now 12 of 25 from downtown. Both teams continuing to shoot impressive numbers from the floor. Dotson the 3. He answers right back. At 68-60. 10:16 remaining. Matthews bounces the pass off to Chandler. He'll step back towards the circle. Now dishes off to Troutman. 11 on the shot clock. Sidbury for 3. He drills it. Tried to draw the foul as well. Refs weren't buying it, so he stuck out his legs. Might as well try, however. He can't get penalized for that. So it's an 11-point game. This time it's a 2 from the free throw line by Mosley that answers. And the lead is 9. So some back and forth action as the clock ticks down to 9:33 remaining. Chandler dribbles it towards the near sideline. Gets into the lane. Finds Butler. Butler back to Chandler. His man right on him. Passes out of a double team. And Anthony Matthews is called for the travel. So the old Jackson will check in the game for the Firebirds, replacing Jayon Troutman. It will be Dotson inbound for LIU Post. Subs in for both teams. Kyle Duquette back in for LIU Post. Joseph Nickerson returns for UDC, replacing Reggie Sidbury. Duquette sets the screen. Mosley passes it off. Now Bibbins just inside the arc. Too strong on the attempt. Matthews tracks down the rebound for UDC. 8:50 remaining in the contest. Matthews to Chandler. Back to Matthews. And again to Chandler. He pump fakes. And fires a pass too strong through the hands of Jackson. That's a play where the two Firebirds players were in such close proximity to each other. No need for an overhead pass to be fired off that hard. Altonrod drives and delivers with the bucket off the backboard. Clock stops with 8:18 remaining. Now a chance to cut their deficit to 7. As it's Richard Altonrod at the free throw line. Unable to complete the three-point play. Each team now with 4 team fouls. Clock ticking down towards 8 minutes. Chandler. Bounce pass back to Matthews. Now Butler. Over to Nickerson. He kicks wide. Matthews the 3. Off the back iron. Rebound to LIU Post. The Firebirds come away with another steal. The deflection and steal by Jackson. Now up ahead to Butler. And he's able to finish with the right hand. Great soft touch on that underhand layup off the backboard from right in front of the rim. So it's back to a 9-point game, 7:23 remaining. Dotson from way downtown. Oh, he hits another. Dotson has been lights out from deep. And from the field in general. Now 8 of 10, 3 of 3 from deep. He has 21 points to lead the way for LIU Post. Pardon me, 6 of 6 from 3. Nickerson out wide to Jackson. He'll drive. Finds an open Matthews for 3, trying to answer, and he does right before the shot clock expired. Huge answer by Matthews. And now you get the under 8 media timeout. With 6:42 left, Firebirds maintaining a strong lead. Well, folks, I mentioned I'd take you through the other contests going on involving East Coast Conference teams this evening. So let me do that for you now. Full slate of games. All 10 teams in the East Coast Conference are going at it tonight. However, this is the only game that has begun. The other games scheduled for this evening, all scheduled to tip at 7, or pardon me, 3 others scheduled to tip at 7, 1 scheduled to tip at 8. At 7 o'clock, Queens is at Bridgeport. Malloy is at NYIT. St. Thomas Aquinas visits Damon. And on the 8 o'clock game, it's Mercy at Roberts Wesleyan. The standings coming into tonight's action. St. Thomas Aquinas alone in first place with a 5-1 conference mark. And it's Bridgeport, Malloy, UDC, and LIU Post all tied with a 3-1 conference record. Queens is in 5th place with a 3-2 mark. Damon sits 6th at 2-3 in conference play. Queens is 6th, Damon's 7th. NYIT is 8th at 1-4. And Mercy and Roberts Wesleyan yet to win a conference game. Mercy is 9th technically, and Roberts Wesleyan 10th. 6:26 remaining. Firebirds up 9. Kassim, Chandler dishes to Jackson. Now back to Chandler. His defender Hall on him immediately. And before the shot, we have an offensive foul committed by the Firebirds, stopping the clock with 6:13 remaining. Remember, folks, just a couple games ago, the Firebirds erased a 20-point deficit with about 6 minutes remaining, so 6 minutes, a ton of time left for anything to happen. As Trayvon Butler checks in the game, replacing Reggie Sidbury. Altonrod finds Bibbins. Now back in the hands of Altonrod. He'll dish off to Hall. Over to Bibbins in the corner. Now Mosley to Altonrod in the lane. Goes up for a shot. It's blocked by Jackson. Will stay LIU post possession. With 5:50 left in the ball game. Reminder, folks, coming up a half hour after this one ends, as the three-pointer is nothing but net. And the lead has been trimmed to 6. Coming up a half hour after this one ends, your UDC women's basketball team does battle with the women of LIU Post. Firebirds looking for just their 3rd win of the year. Matthews the 3 from the right side. That's in and out. Rebound hauled down by Dotson for the Pioneers. Now Hall has his shot blocked by Jackson. That's 2 straight blocks by Jackson. Beautiful behind the back pass from Chandler to Nickerson. Butler the 3 won't go. Firebirds had a number in that trip down court. Wasted a block effort from Jackson. But again, the struggles on the offensive end continue for LIU Post. They've scored just 19 points in the half thus far. Firebirds already scored 32 in this period. They flipped the tables on the Pioneers. Nickerson drives, pops, stops, fires, too strong off the back rim. 4:27 left. Dotson, the underhand layup off the glass. Converts it to make it a 4-point game. 76-72, 4:18 remaining. Chandler into the front court. We have timeout called by Firebirds head coach Mike Riley on the UDC bench. Clock stops with 4:12 remaining. Mike Riley in his 4th year at the helm of this UDC program has amassed a 29-66 record. So if the Firebirds can win tonight, it'll be win number 30 for Mike Riley as a head coach here at UDC. He was a longtime assistant under the famed John Thompson III at Georgetown. Under the famed John Thompson Jr. at Georgetown. Also was an assistant for Craig Estrick, who was in attendance watching the game the Firebirds played on December 30th against Nyack. What a game that was. An overtime win for UDC, 102-97. 102 points, their season high. Looks like out on the court for UDC will be Jackson, Butler, Chandler, Nickerson, and Sidbury. LIU post will go with Dotson, Paul, Mosley, Altenrod, and Bibbins. Butler finds Sidbury from the free throw line. Fadeaway won't go. Had a defender right in his face. It's not the cleanest look for Sidbury. The chance to make it a 2-point game for the Pioneers. Layup too strong, misses the rim entirely. But Butler coughs it up. Was looking down court, didn't see the defender right in front of him. Attempted a baseball-style pass. And it didn't go more than 2 feet in front of him. 3-pointer, short offensive rebound for the Pioneers. They'll have another try, and they make UDC pay. Altenrod with the layup from the right side. It's a 2-point game. Now Chandler drives and draws the foul. That's what the Firebirds need. Their speedy point guard, Chandler, to get himself to the free throw line. He's been doing that all year. Big reason why the Firebirds have won the 6 games they have. Getting to the free throw line. As a team, UDC shooting free throws very well this season. They rank 16th nationally in free throw percentage, shooting 78%. Chandler, a big reason why he came into this game shooting 77% from the line. He's missed 1 free throw this afternoon. He's 4 of 5. Make that 5 of 6. He now has 25 points to lead all scorers. The lead is back to 4, 3:14 left. Dotson drives in the lane. His runner is good. What a game by Dotson. He now has 25 as well. He's 9 of 11 from the field. You can see why Dotson was named second team All-ECC a year ago. He's also named to the ECC Honor Roll on Monday. Nickerson fires to Butler. Now Chandler, with 2:43 left, draws a foul as he tried to drive right of the lane. That was the sixth team foul on LIU post. So 1 more and Firebirds will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Chandler swings right to Nickerson. He'll get in the lane. Now Chandler pump fakes. Above the arc. He'll spin. Good defense in front of him by Altenrod. That forces an air ball. But it was Dotson who touched it while his foot was on the line. And so Firebirds catch a big, big break. Just 1 on the shot clock, however. So it's a catch-and-shoot situation for UDC. Nickerson lobs it. I like that attempt as Jackson tried to slam it home. He was caught too far underneath the hoop. Be able to bring it home, but getting a hand on it and getting it off the rim in enough time gets a new shot clock for UDC. And now Chandler able to put in the underhand layup from the right side. Makes it 80-76. So how huge was that inbounds play that Mike Riley had drawn up? Open look from the free throw line is good for Hall. Hall now has 9 points. And again, LIU post within 2 with 1:24 remaining. has been quite the contest, close all the way. Setting up for what should be a very exciting finish. Chandler drives, has a shot blocked, recovered by Jackson. Refs are letting them play a little, which is fun to see. Nickerson the three, as the shot clock was expiring, could not get rimmed. So that's a 30-second shot clock violation on UDC and counts as a turnover. Their 12th of the game compared to 16 for LIU Post. Pretty clean game by these two teams. Firebirds called timeout, leaves them with just one remaining full timeout for the Firebirds. And that gives us a chance to look at the road ahead for these two squads. We'll begin with LIU Post. They will continue conference play, take on Roberts Wesleyan on Saturday. That's a home game for LIU Post. This is the third road game in a row for them, so it'll be nice for them to return to the friendly confines of the Pratt Center. They play Roberts Wesleyan on Saturday. And then next Wednesday, they will host Bridgeport. That's the road ahead for LIU Post. Their next road game will be Saturday, January 14th at Queens College, as we are now into the meat of the conference schedule, an exciting time of year in college basketball for sure. Firebirds will have Nickerson, Jackson, Butler, Chandler, and Sidbury on the court. Dotson, Mosley Hall, Bibbins, and I believe that's McLegan who's rounding out the five on the floor for LIU Post. Pressure in the backcourt from the Firebirds. LIU Post able to break rather easily. Hall drives, layup is too strong, and a travel is called on LIU Post. I'm not sure that the Pioneers ever had possession. Ball looked like it was still loose, but refs thought otherwise. So another break there for UDC. They now have the ball up by 2 with 44 seconds left. No need for the Pioneers to foul just yet. 13-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Big possession for UDC. Chandler takes it left of the circle. Shot clock down to 10. He'll take it in the lane, kicks out wide. Nickerson for three from the corner. He drains it. Huge three-pointer for Joseph Nickerson with 18.9 seconds remaining. And now we get a timeout called by LIU Post with 14.7 seconds left. The LIU Post coach is saying something to the referees. Maybe asking for a foul before the timeout, not quite sure. But as of now, a timeout. UDC up 5 with 14.7 seconds left. The referees are huddling up to discuss what LIU Post was asking about. So what will Eric Smiles draw up for this LIU Post squad to try and battle back in this one? 14.7 seconds, still an eternity in college basketball. It'll be Bibbins to inbound. And prior to the inbounds pass, an offensive foul called on LIU post. And that really has Eric Smiles themed. Not what the Pioneers had drawn up in that huddle. So they've got to foul immediately. They do. Kasim Chandler will head to the line. Chandler, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Pardon me, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. He was 6 from 3-point range tonight. Game high 27 points. And he's able to sink the first. The lead is stretched to 6. This next one, the most important. Chance to make it more than a 2-possession game. Second free throw on its way. That's good as well. So 7-point lead, 11.7 left. 3-pointer. Partially deflected. Jackson secures the loose ball and a foul committed. 4.8 left. So that should wrap it up. Firebirds will continue their winning ways at home and improve to 6-2 on their home court and 7-6 overall. A huge conference win as they'll improve to 4-1 in conference play. While LIU Post will fall to 4-10 overall, 3-2 in conference play, 6 away from home. Jackson hits the first free throw. All that's up in the air right now is what will be the final margin of victory for UDC. Firebirds will now hit the road this weekend for a matchup at NYIT Saturday at 1 p.m. Three-pointer beats the buzzer, so the final will be 87-81. And your UDC Firebirds, again, have improved to 1 game over 500 overall at 7-6, and they are now 4-1 in conference play, just a half game back of first place St. Thomas Aquinas. Of course, the Spartans, that is, play later on this evening, so won't stay a half game for long. LIU Post now 4-10 and 3-2 in conference play. Firebirds travel on the road this weekend. Their next home game will be next Wednesday night, January 11th. We'll be back on UDC TV for that one. Sure do hope you'll tune in then. The men will tip off next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Women will tip off prior to them at 5 p.m. Speaking of the UDC women's team, they still have work to do tonight. They take on the women of LIU Post coming up in a half hour's time. Please do tune back in for that one. Until then, I'm Eli Pearlstein saying thanks so much for tuning in. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties early. For all the hardworking men and women involved with the UDC Athletic Department, I'm Eli Pearlstein. Again, saying thanks so much for watching. And please do tune back in about a half hour's time. This has been a presentation of UDC Firebirds basketball here on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network.